In this video, I'm going to explain to you step by step how you can use the Adchieve text ads feature to create dynamic Google text ads campaigns from your product feed. Do you want to know how to set up a product feed? Then please watch your feed management video first. As a first step, go to creation and click on add macro. Select Google Text Ads as the macro type and give your new macro a relevant name. Then connect Adchieve with your product feed and click on Save. The first step when you created your macro is to select which rows from your product feed you like to include. So open up the macro first and go to the Filter tab. Remember that the use of the filter is optional, but in this example I'm going to include all products from the clothing category. So I select the column category, then I select the operator is equal to clothing. In this case, I don't want to use products from the brand Nike, so I select brand as a column, then I select is not as the operator, and then I select Nike as the brand that I don't want to include. Remember to press on save first and then check the preview button. Each tab will have a preview button, which is nice to check and see whether your results have the desired outcome. Then click on Save and Next to proceed. In the campaign tab, you can choose your own campaign structure. You can use this macro to build either a single campaign or multi-campaigns. When you opt for the multi-campaign option, you can choose for which unique value in a column the new campaign should be created. For example, you can create a separate campaign for each brand. Then select your campaign name template. You can type static values or dynamic values from your feed. It's recommended to use the same column in your campaign template as the column you use to split the campaigns. Then select your target location or locations. In this example, I'm going to select both the United Kingdom and Ireland as the target country. And English as the target language. More advanced option is to select a location based on coordinates. In this case, I'm not going to use this feature. Instead, as a final step, I'm going to select the budget, which I will set on 20 euros, and then I press on save. And as always, I will click on the preview button to check and see which campaigns will be created. So in this case, there will be 2 campaigns created from the feed. Then, as a final step, I click on save and next to proceed. In this tab, you can set the columns from your feed where you like to create your ad groups for. You can give the ad groups your own naming structure. Again, it's advised to use the name of the column where you create an ad group for in the naming template. In this example, I'm going to create ad groups for each brand and product type combination. So what I do is search for brand, and then I add product type. This will automatically be added in the ad group naming template. But you can wish to change this. For example, I'm going to include a number in my ad group naming template. I press on save and add strategy. Here you can select which products from your ad group strategy you like to include. So I'm going to filter products that do not have the brand column filled in. So I'm going to select is not empty. And then I'm going to create a second ad group based on each color and product type combination. Again, I'll add a number as for my own convenience to check and see which ad groups have been created. Then again, I'm going to select a filter, so ad groups without any value for color are not included. So it's not empty. Click on save, and as always, I'm going to check the preview and see which ad groups are going to be created. So in this case, there are going to be 171 different ad groups in total, spread across 2 campaigns. Then press save and next to continue. Within this tab, you can set the keywords for each ad group variation. Search for the column that you like to create keywords for. So I search for brand, combination with product type. Then I select the match type. In this case, I'm going to select the exact match, and I'm going to set the starting default bid at 20 cents. You can add more keywords by pressing on the plus button. So in this case, I'm going to add another keyword, but then in a different match type, modified, and I give it a slightly lower CPC as a starting bid. And I press on save. What you can also do is set negative keywords for this ad group variation. So I'm going to add keyword negative, brand on exact match. So this will be applied in the same ad group. What you can also do as a final step is to select which synonyms you like to include. So for example, I'm going to type in shoes and select the synonym sneakers, and I'll do the same thing for pants and jeans. So every time it will find shoes in the feed, it will also automatically apply the synonym sneakers within the same ad group. Then I press on save, and again I check the preview button to see which keywords are going to be applied and which negative keywords are going to be applied. So the negatives are in red and the others are in black. And I'll do the same thing for the other variation. So in this case, I'm going to select color in combination with product type. And in this case, I'm going to only include the exact match variation. I'm going to set the starting bid at 15 cents. So press save. Again, I'll check the preview. And then I'll go into save and next. In this tab, you can set the extended text ads and responsive search ads for each ad group variation. Select if you like to create ads for each feed row or one feed row within each ad group. The latter option gives you the ability to select data based on another column. So for example, I like to choose the cheapest product, as this gives me the ability to use the price column in the ad to say buy now from 10 euros. For example, for this final URL, I'm going to select the link column. So drag and drop the link, then select one feed row for each ad group, lowest price. In the ad, you can type your own text or use dynamic columns from the feed. Remember that your ads will change if the values within your feed change. In this example, I want to use the brand plus product type column from the feed in headline 1 because this matches my keywords and gives me a high relevancy score. So I search for brand 1, then I search for product type, drag and drop. That's it. It's important also to set fallbacks in case the values within the column do not meet the 30 character limit of the headlines. So you can press the arrow button and then create fallback. So in this case, I'm going to use the column product type as my first fallback, and then I create a second fallback with a static value that will always fit. As a second headline, I will use the price from the feed, and as a third headline, I use a column from the feed. So I'll say buy now from euro, and then I search for the price column, drag and drop in here, and then as my third headline, I'm going to use one of the headlines from the feed. That's it. Then for the pads, I'm going to use the keywords again. So in this case, brand and product type. Remember that the character limit for pads is only 15 characters. So always make sure to use a fallback here as well. So say products and I say shop in this case. And then as a description, I'm going to use the descriptions from the feed. So I drag and drop it in here. Remember that descriptions have a 90 character limit. So always make sure to either create fallbacks or select columns that do not exceed the 90 character limit. Then click on save. And then in this case, I want to create different ads for different brands. So in this case, if brand is not pie, then I want to use this ad group variation. But if the brand is pie, then I want to use a different ad variation, because the brand pie actually is trademark, so I cannot use it in the ad. So we'll use a more standard variation. With the product type, I can use it in the pad, that's allowed, so it's no problem. So if the brand is pie, I'm going to use this ad group variation. Then I press on save, and then I click on the preview to see how my ads will look like. So in case the valid column has a green symbol, then it's okay, and if it has a cross, then is an invalid ad, so you should change the ad to meet the character limitations that Google has set. Then you can copy this and copy it to the other ad group variation. Then I click on save. And then for this ad group variation, I'm going to create a slightly different ad with color in the headline. So drag and drop color. And then I use product type. And then in this case, I don't need this variation, so I'm going to click on the trash button and then click on save. It is generally recommended to create at least 3 extended text ads variation and 1 responsive search ads in order to give Google's algorithm more room to experiment and show different ads for different types of users. Next, build your RSAs in a similar way. Remember to at least create 4 headlines and 2 descriptions. So I'm going to use the link column again as my final URL, and then as the pad I'm going to create a similar structure with brand in pad 1 and then product type in pad 2, and then also a fallback with products and shop. And then I'm going to use headline 1, headline 2, headline 3, and headline 4 for my feed, and also use the columns from the keywords as a 5th headline. And then I'm going to set 2 description 1 and also description 2. Click on save. And you can also use the when to apply function if you want to set different variations for different values within different columns. And in this case, I also want to pin my head first, my 5th headline as headline 1, Click on save. And then next, save and next to proceed. In the Add Extension tab, you can connect dynamic site links if you created them in the Adchieve library. If you want to know how to create dynamic site links in Adchieve, then please watch our separate video about dynamic site link creation. In this example, I'm going to select the brand site links. This will connect site link sets that have the same brand as the brand from the ad group. By doing this, my site links are more relevant than campaign level site links, and my site links will automatically be updated with the latest information. So I select brand and then click on save, and then I will click on save and next to proceed to the next step. In the preview tab, you can preview all the campaigns that you've created. Final step is to schedule the macro to update at a specific time. In this case, I run the macro every day at 8 o'clock. Make sure to schedule the macro after the feed is updated, otherwise you have to wait a long time before the feed gets updated with the latest information. So in this case, I click on enabled, I set daily at 8 o'clock, then I press on save. That's it, you're done. You finished your first Adchieve text ads macro.
Adchieve. Engineering success.